Happy morning. In this video, we are going to see about the methods for procuring criminal abortion. And in the initial part of the video, where the classification or the methods that have been used based on the period of pregnancy has been discussed, and followed by uh, the agents, most commonly used agents, and what are those name of those agents that have been used, what is the mechanism behind, and how does that method leads to abortion, and what are the complications that could arise by following those methods, and what even by therapeutic abortion in the last section of the video, and what are those methods that has been approved or that can be used as a legalized tool to end pregnancy has been discussed. And at last, what are the causes of death that could arise based on the time period, and how to anticipate those warning signs while treating the individual. And by reading these methods, we can able to figure out when a pregnant woman with an altered sensorium or with a loss of consciousness or bleeding PV has been received in a casualty for treatment, and how to interrupt what was the method used, and what are the associated complications that can be anticipate while treating can be addressed. And pay attention for next 45 minutes, and just listen, and if there have been any doubt query, you can address those issues in comment section below. Let's proceed with the presentation. And based on the time period of pregnancy, right? The individual being the female being pregnant, she start one of the methods of any ultrasonogram or any other investigation, and she came to know about the sex of the fetus, and she want to terminate, right? And first and foremost, that method that has been adopted on initial period of missed period to the end of first month are violent exercises, hot bath, purgatives are the most commonly adopted methods. And up to second month, right, missing of period, at up to end of the second month, where usage of abortifacient drugs that have been used. And here the mechanism of drugs may be directly acting on the uterus, or otherwise an irritant that has been applied and which act upon genitourinary tract, or otherwise any irritant or any poisonous substance that has been taken and which acts upon GIT, or in a local application of an irritant, or any injection of a systemic poison, are been a most commonly adopted method up to end of second month. And after third month till parturition, where more drastic or the involvement of mechanical interferences in form of any violent methods, either locally or generally, that has been adopted. And here most commonly used methods are either inserting an abortion stick or any other steel rod or any other, right? And whether it has been applied or otherwise whether it has been coated with an irritant substance or any poisonous substance which has been inserted into the local parts of a female, and followed by either by an curettage or either by disturbing the presentation of the fetus, which results in abortion. And other methods like application of electricity and artificially inducing ruptures of membrane, or any syringing or any surgical intervention in form of a local dye performs those can result in a perforation of an uterus, or otherwise an adjacent nearby structures can be damaged when there have been mechanical interference. And these are less of usefulness, and abortifacient agents can result in abortion, but definitely use of these mechanical interferences, it will definitely cause a disruption to the surviving fetus, and in extreme cases, even a death of a female can also result in. And coming to the general classification of the agents that have been employed, and first and foremost, the abortifacient agents, and here they either directly act upon uterus. Second, they cause irritation of genitourinary tract. Third, they cause an irritation on GIT. And fourth, local application of irritants. Fifth, drugs that has a poisonous effect which acts on a body. And regarding genital violences, where on a severe pressure which has been applied on the abdomen of a pregnant woman, either by jumping, kicks over it, or a blow over it, kneeling, or otherwise massaging of the uterus, or a tight lacing. These are the other methods that have been adopted. And regarding violent exercises, ask a pregnant woman to horse ride or carry a heavy lifts and other methods. And for that, hot and cold hip bath, again, these are methods of genital violences. And regarding local violences, it could be of an extensive list, or otherwise these are a definitive phases of mechanical interventions which is being carried out in later state of pregnancy. And these listed syringing, rupturing of membranes. Either a rupturing of membranes could have been done by the pregnant woman herself, or otherwise by the relative, or a locally trained guy who has been performing any illegal proceedings. And syringe aspiration, air inflation, application of electricity, correttage, dilatation of cervix, or insertion of abortion sticks, and application of irritants in form of paste on the local parts. Is abortifacient drugs. And drugs, and every common drug that has been used, sometimes it can in an attempt to produce a criminal abortion. And there is no drug which when taken orally can cause abortion without endangering the life of a woman. And this is a basic mechanism behind ingestion of an abortifacient drugs, where it results in congestion of a uterine mucosa followed by uterine bleeding. And as a counter mechanism, it causes a contraction of uterine muscles and followed by expulsion of the fetus or products of conception. And here, where it can even result in a incomplete or in a complete abortions rarely, or even as a result of any other associated methods that have been adopted. Even it can result in septic abortion, or otherwise it can cause a missed abortion or a threatened abortion. Ecbolics, and here they directly act upon uterus, and they primarily results in increase in uterine contractions, and they don't causes relaxation and dilatation of cervical canal and external loss, which is primarily necessary to expel the products of conception. And these are the listed agents that have been used as an ecbolic. And first and foremost, ergot, hydrastis canadiensis, quinine, lead, pituitary extract, and other agents. And regarding ergot, which causes uterine contractions, and which primarily increases as the pregnancy advances. And the adverse effect of using ergot are it causes atrial spasm and gangrene on extremities. And usually ingestion of ergot fails during early months of pregnancy. And out of all listed agents, ergot is a most commonly used abortifying agents. And regarding hydrastis canadiensis, and here the action is almost similar to ergot, but which is less intense, and can causes high failure rate. Regarding quinine, and mechanism of action is not certainly known, how it results in, and primarily based on guanine, where it directly acts upon uterus and uterine nerves. And regarding lead, and it can be ingested in forms of pills, and they causes tonic contractions of uterus, and it has a teratogenic effect on the developing ovum and otherwise toxic effects, and usually these symptoms usually appear before an abortion sets in. And coming to other agents like pituitary extract, and here a specific oxytocin effect which can result in increasing in uterine contractions, and followed by products of conceptions can be expelled. And pituitary extract, where on oral injection, where there is no any effect, but when it has been given on injection or any other route, where pituitary extract acts significantly and can cause abortion. And coming to other agents like nitrobenzol, picrotoxin, strychnine, decortation, roots of plants, and other can be other miscellaneous agents which can be used as an abortifying agents or drugs. Is emmenagogues, and here mechanism behind emmenagogues are they produce or otherwise increases the menstrual flow, and out of these listed substances where apilol, and where in some textbooks it has been described under egbolics, and in some where it has been mentioned in both of sections, and leave of the debate, just remember apilol as an emmenagogue. And one such disadvantages of using emmenagogues are we need to supplement them in larger dosage, and where the frequency of giving larger doses where it should be repeated, and whereby it can cause us an abortion. And based on the type of emmenagogues, it can be subdivided into two. One is of direct and another is of indirect. And here direct, which primarily acts upon uterus, which results in abortion. And second are indirect methods, like which is being advocated to correct anemia or otherwise to disturb pelvic circulation, and more oftenly used as a treatment for amenorrhea as a folk medicine. And iron supplements, borax, savin, and these are the other agents which act as an emmenagogue. Of genitourinary tract, and here when these agents have been applied locally can causes reflex uterine contractions, and similarly when these agents have been taken systemically can causes severe inflammation of kidneys, especially at larger dosage. And here the examples are oil of pentoil, tansy oil, turpentine oil, and canthrates, and potassium permanganate. And potassium permanganate crystals or tablets or solutions can be applied locally, and when these agents have been used in can causes a localized punched out ulcerations with raised edges and granular black faces. And by doing a complete examination after completing external as well as the internal, and followed by the local private part examination, when these agents have been used, where you can able to figure out a punched out ulceration, and as a part of an RMP where he receives an individual with these presenting illnesses, and if he makes out a punched out ulcerations at the private part and followed by other associated findings, you can figure out that these agents have been used in. And especially when potassium permanganate has been used as an agent, it can causes severe hemorrhage as a result of erosion of small arterial vessels. Other are irritants of gastrointestinal tract, and here any substance which has been ingested which reflects causes irritation of colon, and followed by hyperemia and contractions of uterine also. And emetics like tartaric emetic are most commonly used, and saline cathrates, especially magnesium sulfate, and stock purgatives or drastic purgatives in form of halodes, calomel, castor oil, senna, and podophyllum. Other agents can cause irritation of GIT associated with hyperemia and contractions of uterus. And out of all these listed, tartar emitter is a most commonly used agent, and even croton oil, silocanth, or other agents can be used as an irritants of G18. And regarding the agents that have poisonous effect on body as well as causing abortion. And first and foremost, inorganic irritants like lead, copper, iron, antimony, and mercury. And rationally, it being in a sublethal doses, on an injection of sublethal doses, where drugs may be fatal or even lethal and causing death of a fetus, which are more susceptible, and followed by adopting any other mechanical interferences where these products of conception can be expelled. And regarding organic irritants, where cantharids, unripened fruits of papaya, pineapple, seeds of carrot, moringa, juices of calotropis, barks of flamingo rosé, saffron, Chirophilus, methi are the other agents which can act as a systemic poison, most commonly used as an abortifying agents. Other subheading called gentle violences, and another way by which an abortion can causes. And here, as a result of applying gentle violences, where it produces hemorrhage between uterus and the membranes, or otherwise producing a congestion on the pelvic organs, followed by there being ruptures of membranes and products of conceptions have been expelled. And here it is successfully successful and naturally irritable to the uterus, and failure can even result in, and where even in severe violences that have been adopted. And mechanisms of gentle violences, either it could be of direct violence or indirect or otherwise by methods of cupping. And here regarding direct violences, where a blow, kick, jumping, or a tight lacing of the abdominal segment and massaging of uteruses through the abdominal wall, these are the methods of direct violences. And in form of indirect violences or otherwise violent exercises in form where horse riding, cycling, jumping from a height, shivered jolting as in driving through on a rough road, running upstairs and downstairs, carrying or lifting and a heavy weight or placing in a heavy weight on an abdomen of a pregnant woman, where these are the indirect methods or a violent way by which an abortion can be terminated. And here, as a result of adopting these methods of violences, where even death can occur, and as a result of rupture of spleen, liver, or an intestine can result in. And regarding cupping, cupping is a method whereby a mug is turned over by the mouth downwards, and over which a lightened wick is placed on the hypogastrium, and then the mug has been pulled down, and the mechanism again it can result in a partial separation of the placenta. And cupping is most commonly practiced during advanced periods of pregnancy. And even when a pregnant woman been suffering from any other associated ill health or any past history of any other medical conditions which can be even aggravated, and where even it can result in death of a pregnant woman. Local violences, and here most commonly adopted methods are application of abortion pastes or solutions on the local part, and inserting an abortion stick with an application of irritant substances, and otherwise causing dilatation of cervix by inserting lamaria tint or otherwise slippery embark has been inserted, followed by an abortion that has been carried out in. And the extreme forms of local violences are electricity and causing rupturing of membranes. So these listed, and again, rupturing of membranes, even it can be carried out by the pregnant woman herself or otherwise by the other person. Curettage, dilatation of cervix, electricity application, air inflations, abortion, stick insertion, syringing are the other extreme forms of local violences can be carried out to cause abortion. And we'll discuss each by one. First, the first most method of local violences is syringing, and here the instruments that are used are ordinary enema syringe or an Higginson syringe. And here an ordinary syringe, ordinary enema syringe, whether doused in a hot or in a cold water, which have been projected inwards towards the uterine or. And regarding Higginson syringe, where one end is being dipped in a solution and other end towards the uterus, and a repeated compression of the bulb pushes the fluid into the uterus, and it causes separation of the membranes, and which can causes uterine contraction, reflex uterine contraction can result in, and in some cases where accidental entry into one uterine vessels can occur in. And most commonly used injection material or otherwise the constituent of the material, either it could be of any irritant fluid or any irritating chemical can be mixed in water, and it can be used as a constituent. And most commonly acids and inorganic acids have been used. Alum, creosotes, formalin, potassium permanganate, and lysols are the other chemicals most commonly used agents. And regarding metallic irritants, where arsenic, mercury, and lead components, corrosive sublimate, soaps of turpentine oil are the other agents used. And here it can be used by the woman herself or otherwise an unskilled or an semi-skilled abortionist can adopt in. And regarding the mechanism of syringing, where introduction of fluid as described, right? Any irritant or any organic irritant which has been a constituent of a syringing material which has been introduced, and as a result of introduction of the fluid, it causes detachment of an amniotic sac and the placenta from the uterine wall, and reflex uterine contraction occurs in, and followed by expulsion of the products of conception along with the fetus. And here a definitive method by which, and here it can be most commonly it can causes a complications in form of air embolism, extensive local tissue destruction, fatal hemorrhages, infection can occur. And regarding systemic absorption of the irritant substance, right? Accidental entry of these irritant substances into the vascular structures can causes poisonous effect and ill health. Based on the substance which has been injected, signs and symptoms may vary. And vagal inhibition, right? Vagal inhibition, again a reflex vagal inhibition, otherwise as a result of a painful shock, it can result in, again in case of a vagal inhibition, a definitive cause of definitive findings lacks in even after a meticulous autopsy. And in case of a criminal abortion, for example, if this method has been sorted out by a pregnant woman herself, where at the scene of crime you can able to notice these syringing devices nearby the deceased, as well as, and if in case, right, and by making a search over the scene of crime where these instruments can be recovered in. And again it is a sudden air of irritation of instruments can be in other associated causes, and a rapid injection of any of the constituent can result in abortion. And regarding air embolism, right, there been in the description section there been a link, and regarding air embolism and how to detect during autopsy, and you can find the link in description section. And these are the other agents most commonly used instruments to procure criminal abortion: torches, enema syringe, and ergot, vacuum aspirator or a vacuum device, and followed by Lamry-Atkins syringing devices in a bark of any irritant plant, or even a pin, or even a needle, or even a steel rod can be used as an instrument to procure criminal abortion. And in case of an abortion stick, right, either it can be dipped in any of the irritant chemical agents. And out of these all, Uh, even any sharp, even sharp penetrating object can also be used as an instrument to procure criminal abortion. Regarding the second method, right? The second method of local violences, and here it is of rupturing of membranes, and here introduction of any instrument into a cavity of uterus as suggested from the previous images, where even a cannula, catheter, coquette needle, or a curtain rod or any sharp penetrating object can be used in. And who can do it? Either an abortionist or otherwise the woman herself can introduce this instrument, and followed by they rupture the membranes, and as a result of rupturing of membrane it causes escape of liquor amine, and induction of abortion sets in. And the timing of abortion, the duration by which the process ends, it may can even last up to few hours or up to 3 days. And complications, right? And if this act has been performed by a skilled abortionist, where we can note a least local injuries or local violences over the local parts, and abnormal major complications in form of perforation of other structures can be prevented in. And if a woman herself introduce these instruments and want to procure an abortion where she lacks knowledge of the adjacent structures and she doesn't have an adequate view of those structures, and where she can cause perforation of adjacent structures, even it can causes him a severe hemorrhage. And first and foremost of complications are perforations of vaginal walls, perforation of uterine walls can occur in breakage of instrument, or a part of an instrument within in uterine cavity can be even recovered during an examination, right? Either at a casualty and or even at autopsy, during autopsy. And even infection, right? And here the time period being few hours to 3 days, and an aseptic instrument that has been used in where a localized infection can set in, and uh, based on the irritant that have been applied, or based on the infection on adjacent structures that have been involved, even it can result in features of septicemia, where we get a pregnant woman with a high fever with warning signs at casualty for treatment. Here, placement of poles, and generally positive pole is kept over lumbar sacral region and negative pole is kept over cervix. And here where a low voltage current passes through, and where as a mechanism of passage of current it causes uterus to contract and followed by expulsion of contents occur. And here mishappen can occur when there been a passage of larger currents uh, in terms of voltages, and even sudden death can result in. Regarding air inflation, and here air being introduced with any of the devices or any of the methods like air pump, syringe, or an orogenital contact or dowel tips have been used to inflict air within the uterine cavity, and as a result of mechanism where air enters, and it causes a false belief that air dislocate the placenta, and followed by causes abortion. And here this rarely happens and may even cause death by air embolism. Dilatation of cervix, and another method of local violence, and here as result of by inserting any other particle where dilatation of cervix is being achieved, and followed by a reflex uterine contraction occurs in, and followed by contents of the uterus have been expelled here. And methods by inserting a laminar tint or otherwise by using an slippery bark, a dilatation of cervix is being achieved. And here the mechanism is causing dilatation of cervix and followed by expulsion of the content. And the laminaria being a foreign body which is being left in cervical canal for an suitable for a reasonable time period, and a Chinese weed or on a seat angle or on a by an operator whereby by placing within the cervix region it causes dilatation, and the mechanism is being is it gradually swells up in size and by the hygroscopic action, and it irritates uterine mucosa and produce localized congestion which results in uterine contraction and results in expulsion of the fetus. And here cervix canal is being dilated by inserting this foreign object. This is how it looks like. By the 1 hour, the size of the material is lesser, and as the time period progresses, the size it increases. And here, even these can causes dilatation, and based on the size of the material used, size of the stick that has been used, and usually it varies from 8 centimeter in length and diameters respectively 3, 4, 8 millimeter, and it has been attached with a white thread, and it is for the practical purpose for easy removal of the laminaria sticks in from the local area. Way by causing cervical dilatation is by inserting slippery bark, and again it grows in central and northern America, and it is available in flat pieces of varying size and dimensions, and they can be cut into desired length and followed by can be inserted in cervical canal, and by the same right it acts by hygroscopic action, and when it is being left in the situ for a certain time period it absorbs moisture, and it's swollen up and it causes cervical dilatation. And the rest of the mechanism are same. It causes local congestion and followed by it results in uterine contraction and followed by expulsion of the content. Again, it is an irritant, and abortion stick. Again, it is a thin wood or a bamboo stick of 12 to 18 centimeter long, and a traditional method whereby a stick followed by the distal end of one of the tip of the wooden stick, where it contains a piece of a cotton or a rolled up soaked cloth, and which has been stoked under any of this listed material, either a juice of marking it, calotropis, and rest of the substances will be the constituent. Again, by causing local irritation as well as when it has been inserted within the os of an uterus, either by a professional abortionist or other by the lady herself, it causes uterine contraction and followed by expulsion of the products occurring. And even if a stick that has been not used, then a part of an irritant plant like calotropis, Flamingo rosea, or otherwise Nereum odorum can be a irritant another method whereby these sticks can be inserted, and it can causes abortion. And here again, if there been a slippage of a material, or if there been instead of on a stick where there been a usage of any hard object like any hard and bent object where it has been used, and it can causes injury over the local parts as well as over the uterus. And here most commonly, if a professional abortionist adopts this method where he has some sort of a knowledge towards the anatomical structures where injuries may be minimal, if there been a self insertion, then it can cause us a grievous injury over the local parts as well as over the uterus. And here any extreme degree of force can even cause us perforation of the uterus. This is Nereum odorum, right? Space, and here uterus, fetex, and diacylon are the paste most commonly used. And here, basic constituent of all these pastes are they contain soap material, thymol, and potassium iodine, and even benzoin saponified vegetable oil paste in various composition. And here, by either by local application or otherwise being injected into the part of uterus through external os within a collapsible tube within a uterine applicator. And mechanism begins. It acts as a locally irritant, followed by there being a detachment of the parts of the placenta from the uterine wall. And the effects, local effects as a result of application of this irritant paste can result in necrosis, infection of uterine wall when it has been injected in larger quantities. And again, it causes high failure rates. Constituent of uterus paste, it contains soap, myrecinoid, potassium iodide in variable constituent. And coming to Vitex paste, it contains benzoin, iodine, thymol, potassium iodine, saponified vegetable oil, and as a constituent. Coming to therapeutic methods of abortion, and again, most common are mifepristone and misoprostol are the drugs that are being used and very effective before 7 weeks of pregnancy. And first and foremost, mifepristone, it inhibits action of progesterone and it causes breakdown of endometrium followed by detachment of embryo from the uterine wall. And after 36 to 48 hours, where misoprostol can causes uterine contractions and the products have been expelled within 4 hours. Vacuum aspiration on the effective first 3 months of pregnancy, cervix is being dilated and canal being introduced into uterine cavity, followed by a negative pressure is being created, and followed by the products of conceptions have been aspirated from the uterine cavity. And here advantages are easy for performance, less chances of hemorrhages, diminished chances of perforation of uterus. Methods of therapeutic abortions are dilatation of cervix with oxytocin infusion, dilatation of cervix with evacuation of uterus by curettage, followed by low ruptures of membrane, prostaglandin infusion, or by oral intake, and amniotic fluid replacement therapy are the other miscellaneous methods by which a therapeutic abortion can be carried out. So, of abortion and its cause of death. And basically, when an abortion that has been performed by a skilled hand and an abortion performed by a self or otherwise an unskilled hand, skilled hand causes less complications and less chance of being dead, and comparatively to an unskilled and a self method of infliction of abortion can result in more complications and more chances of being reported death. And here, violence like general as well as local violences can causes more chances of complications that could arise by the method that has been sorted. And abortifying drugs initially causes as a result of the overdosage or even adverse effects can result in, and cause of death is being minimal. And coming to local violences where more chances of complications and causes of death can occur. And any procedure which involves or which provokes pain can result in sudden vasovagal shock. And hemorrhage has been one of the inevitable complications that could arise more towards local violence. These complications and cause of death talking about immediate causes where any procedure which results in unbearable pain can result in vagal inhibition, most commonly as a result of insertion of any abortion stakes or otherwise a painful procedure like syringing and where accidentally it enters an arterial vasculature where it can result in extreme pain and death can occur as a result of vagal inhibition. And coming to air embolism, again by methods of syringing can cause a sudden death in a pregnant woman. Fat embolism, when there being usage of any oil like tansy, turpentine oil, or oil of penroy has been used as an agent, can cause fat embolism. And hemorrhagic fever, amniotic fluid embolism, and poisoning, most commonly again either by route of ingestion or by a local application of any of the toxic substances can result in systemic poison. And coming to delayed complications that arise of are septicemia, generalized peritonitis, pyemia, and toxemia, and local infections and tetanus. And all of these are related to when there have been aseptic precautions that have not been observed can cause in these delayed complications. And again, by using any of the hard blunt object or an penetrating object that has been used to induce abortion can result in perforation of uterus as well as the colon and other structures can cause us generalized peritonitis and severe hemorrhage as a result of these methods. And remote and systemic complications, a jaundice can occur in acute renal failure, endocarditis, endotoxic shock, and secondary infertility can arise in. And these are of remote and systemic causes or complications. Thank you so much for your patient listening. If there have been any doubts, queries relating to the content of the video, kindly address those issues in comment section below. Thank you.